Melodies of Love, a symphony in Istanbul. In the heart of Istanbul, where the Bosphorus weaves its tale of two continents, there lived a couple of tourists whose love story was as harmonious as the notes that echoed through the city. James, a passionate pianist from London, and Claudia, a soulful singer from Barcelona, found each other in the labyrinth of the Grand Bazaar, their fates interwoven like the threads of a Turkish rug. It all began on a chilly evening at a quaint cafe nestled in the historic district of Sultanahmet. James was there, lost in the melodies he coaxed from the grand piano, casting a spell on the patrons who sought refuge from the bustling streets. Claudia, drawn by the enchanting music, entered the cafe, and her eyes met James's across the room. It was a moment suspended in time, as if the universe itself orchestrated their meeting. James's fingers danced on the piano keys, and Claudia's voice harmonized with the music. The cafe became a stage for their impromptu performance, a serendipitous collaboration that marked the beginning of their love story. After the last note faded away, James and Claudia found themselves at a small table, eyes locked, words unnecessary. Days turned into nights, and the couple explored the vibrant streets of Istanbul together. From the ancient beauty of the Hagia Sophia to the modern allure of Istiklal Avenue, every corner of the city witnessed their growing affection. James played his piano in hidden courtyards, and Claudia's voice echoed in the narrow alleys, creating a symphony that mirrored the spirit of Istanbul itself. As their love deepened, James and Claudia decided to combine their talents and pursue their passion for music as a duo. They performed in lively cafes, intimate theaters, and even on the shores of the Bosphorus, where the city lights reflected on the water like stars in the night sky. Istanbul became the backdrop to their love story, an ever-changing canvas that painted the stages of their life together. One day, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting hues of orange and pink over the city, James took Claudia to a secluded rooftop overlooking the Bosphorus. With the city as their witness, he dropped to one knee, a small velvet box in his hand. Claudia's eyes widened in surprise as he asked, "Will you be the melody to my composition, the harmony to my chords, for the rest of our lives?" Tears of joy filled Claudia's eyes as she nodded, and James slipped a delicate ring onto her finger. The city below seemed to celebrate their union, with distant sounds of laughter and the call to prayer blending into a symphony of happiness. Their wedding was a celebration that echoed through the historic streets of Istanbul. Friends and family gathered, and the couple exchanged vows in a garden blooming with bougainvillea. James's piano played the soundtrack to their love, and Claudia's voice carried the promises they made to each other. Years passed, and the couple's love continued to flourish. They became an integral part of Istanbul's rich cultural tapestry, performing in renowned venues and collaborating with other artists. James and Claudia's music not only echoed through the city, but also touched the hearts of those who listened, creating a legacy that transcended time. On a warm summer evening, surrounded by the familiar sights and sounds of Istanbul, James and Claudia returned to the cafe where their love story began. The grand piano stood in the corner, a silent witness to the years of music and memories. As James played a heartfelt melody, Claudia joined him, her voice intertwining with the piano like a love letter written in notes. The patrons of the cafe, some of whom had been there on that fateful night, applauded the couple whose love story had become a legend in the city. James and Claudia, hand in hand, took a bow, their hearts full of gratitude for the life they had built together. As the final chords resonated through the air, James and Claudia looked into each other's eyes, knowing that their love story was a timeless melody that would continue to play, echoing through the vibrant streets of Istanbul for generations to come. Rooted in Istanbul's history, James and Claudia's love thrived. Exploring ancient streets, savoring Turkish cuisine, their music echoed through the city. To give back, they organized a grand concert overlooking the Bosphorus, uniting locals and tourists. Years of global tours ensued, yet Istanbul remained their anchor. Inspired, they established a scholarship fund for aspiring local musicians. The couple became honorary citizens, engaging in cultural programs and enriching the city they loved. As silver strands adorned their hair, James and Claudia's love story became an inspiration. Returning to the rooftop where they met, they played a familiar tune. The city below seemed to listen, acknowledging the timeless melody of their love echoing through Istanbul's vibrant streets. The end.